I want to take a little look now at Unit 6, my spelling workbook. That's on page 22, and we will be dealing with suffixes. So a suffix is a group of letters you add to the end of a word. For example, or est gives you est, or iest gives you east. And you might have heard of a thing called a prefix, which is something you might add to the start of a word. But suffix is always at the end. And in our list words, they are all suffixes. Some of them ending with er, some ending with est, some ending with iest. So we have hotter, kinder, colder, stronger, weaker, meaner, taller, greatest, smallest, softest, darkest, thickest, hardest, lightest, thinnest, cheeriest, bounciest, bossiest, tiniest, angriest, and the two random ones at the end we have learn and America. So as usual, you can practice writing these out once. So look, say, cover, write it, and check. And you don't need to do 2 times if you don't want to, but if you need to practice, go ahead and do it. So all of these words are something called comparatives. And if you look closely at the word comparative, if I move this visualizer down a bit, so comparative sounds very much like maybe compare. So a comparative is a word which compares one thing to another. When we compare 2 or more people, animals, or things, we usually add or est, e.g. fast, faster, fastest. So I might say Muncher Eilish is fast, but Muncher Paul is faster, but Muncher Connor is the fastest. Something like that. And here, these words, for example, I might say, my bedroom is cold, but outside is colder. My pencil is small, but my pencil pair is smaller. I'm not sure which one is the smallest of everything here, but these are comparative words. So just comparing one thing with another, or one person. Now, all of these words, when you go back to the root word, if we take out the or the est, you get cold, strong, soft, dark, well, that's a bit different, this one, dark, thick. So usually when there's only one syllable, usually you can add or est. So kind, cold, weak, tall becomes kinder, colder, weaker, taller. Now for words of 2 or more syllables, more and most are usually used. For example, more useful and most useful. So useful is, we're not talking about user. This is useful. Something is useful. So you might say the dictionary I have in the corner is useful, but my dictionary on my phone is more useful. My computer is the most useful. And useful has useful, 2 syllables. That's why most of those get more and most before them instead of adding or est. Some words change completely. So you can say, that film was good, but the first one was better. This one is the best. So we don't say good, gooder, and goodest. Notice how the Y at the end of words changes to I before endings are added. So pretty, prettier, prettiest. Or we had examples here I was looking at. So cheery would be the root word. So the Y changes to an I and you get cheeriest. In this table now you need to work either forwards or backwards. So what would be the root word here? So we have cheeriest. So that's coming from the word cheery. Cheery. Somebody who is cheerier. So the Y changes to an I, it said. Changes to I, and then we add in the er. Here we have kinder, so I think that would be kindest. And what's the first one? I think just kind. So see if you can finish off that table, then you'll be on to the crossword. Now, I don't think this crossword is as hard as some of them can be, but hopefully you won't get too stuck. There was 1 or 2 odd ones. So just to clarify, the most firm, if something is very firm, it's very hard, okay? If you are furious is when you're furiously angry, so very angry. Now 17 across, I'll give you a clue. The most bumpy, I don't like that description. It's not very good. Now, if you get 17 down, it'll help you get it. So 17 down is the most domineering. And somebody who is domineering is somebody who's very bossy, okay? So that's the most domineering. And so if we have somebody who's bossy, the most domineering, that is the bossiest. So we know 17 across now. The most bumpy, what could that be? Well, I'm pretty sure they were meaning bounciest. Okay, the most bumpy, bounciest. You might get stuck in that. I don't think there is anything else major. Maybe 3 down, more. And I don't think they're talking about stingy. I think they mean more stingy. So if someone's stingy, you might say they are. Well, I'll let you see if you can figure that out. So that's it for today. Just looking at writing out the words once. Question 1 and then question 2. You don't need to do question 3 until tomorrow, but make a start if you like.